NCRP Productions presents Unhallowed Metropolis, Secrets in the Sands, Episode 63. Welcome back to Unhallowed Metropolis, Secrets in the Sands. This is Barry, your Game Master. We're going to get introductions over with, and we'll get started.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro playing Dr. Desmond Wright, the medical doctor.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Frankie the Undertaker.
Hello, this is Michael. I'm playing Dr. Everett Wolf, the doctor focusing in alchemy and chemistry.
Hi, this is Matt, and I'm playing Aiden Samir Carter, the madman.
Hi, this is Jill, and I'm running Raya, the Mourner.
So, last week, you guys continued dealing with Malcolm and the other remaining members of Novus Dei, considering what you're going to do as far as Raya has a stone, Malcolm has a stone, the two stones representing components of the rubbings that you guys have, that you guys were sent here by Grayling to get. His belief is those in combination with the Dias that you guys have not yet found would be in some way some kind of zombie destruction, zombie fix, zombie something deterrent. Malcolm has been working with Aiden to try and figure out where the Dias might be. All the while, he has continued to try and work on Raya and the rest of you to give him the two stones. What he's told you about is what's going on in France, which no one really knows what's going on in France. There's plenty of stories, there's a lot of talk, but news does not come out of there. Anytime anyone goes in, they basically don't come out, or if they come out ravening mad and don't live very long. And so you all know that something bad is going on there, but presently you're not willing to give him the stone to fix what's in France, and you guys are currently talking about attending with him to go to France to figure it out. And what he's told you is there is a prophecy for the current king of France. So presently you're working together to try and find the Dias. You guys got up, went to a new location. You guys have left Ai's tomb and are now deeper into the Valley of Kings. You have found another location that you, Aiden, and Malcolm believe you have figured out might be the holding place for that Dias. And so you guys have worked, what's that?
And we headed there, right?
You're not only headed there, you guys have already come in. Okay. The group going in is as follows. Aiden in the lead, followed by Malcolm, Pierre, which is the one of the two remaining Novus Dei, followed by Raya, Wolf, Billings, Wright, and Frankie. You guys get down there, and Aiden, you hear the noises of ghouls.
Right.
And that was where we ended.
Right. Oh, now I remember.
So, everybody, let's start off with initiative rolls.
Nice. I haven't got to kill stuff in such a long time.
And you're in the back.
And I was there, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, that's right. I'm right behind Frankie.
You're in front of Frankie and behind Billings.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
Gotta get through everybody.
Oh, Frankie, here you go. I'm gonna move aside for you. Let me know when you want us to start shouting. Actually, everybody start shouting them right now at the same time. Go.
21.
3, 2, 7, 18.
Alright.
It's okay.
Give me an actual number.
20.
22.
22.
Oh my god, guys, 19.
All right.
I rolled good initiative.
So, Aiden, you are actually the only one who has heard them, so we will start at your initiative of 20. What are you doing?
So I'm going to turn around and go in the lowest key voice I can, like ghouls, and I'm going to step to the side so other people can come up.
Okay. So where you guys are is you guys are in the shaft that allows you into the entryway. Ahead of you, it's a slope, and that's as much as you know. You don't know what is beyond that. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver in here. You could step aside and let somebody move in front of you, but they are fighting in a shaft. So is that what you want to do? I'm good with it, but is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I figured that would probably be the... If I remember right, there's a door, right?
You guys are coming to an opening.
Oh, an opening?
Yes. And that's what you're hearing it
How
out.
tall? We're going to an opening?
Yes.
I was gonna ask how tall the hallways are.
So the hallways are anywhere from 8 to 6 feet, depending on where you are in the shaft at this point. I'll remind you also that for light, you have Aiden's bullseye lantern and 2 candles currently lit.
What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to step to the side,
Raya is directly behind you.
And okay, she is directly behind me.
No, I'm sorry.
Malcolm.
Malcolm's behind you, Pierre's behind you, then Raya.
That's what I thought. So
forgot about that.
I'll look at Malcolm and say, perhaps you should step to the side, and then...
Shouldn't we get out? Shouldn't we back up? This is claustrophobic for fighting.
Well, we should at least see what is down there.
Well, he immediately will step to the side. He has no trouble doing that. And Pierre will do the same.
Speaking about claustrophobia.
I just wanted to call you Ari. That's the cat. Raya, thank you. See, same letters, just different orientation. Raya, can you walk down there or sneak down there and see what it is?
Yes.
I'll aim my lantern down there, so there'll be some splashing of light, but at least you can kind of see.
Okay. So then we move to Dr. Wright.
Do I even know what the hell's happening?
You just heard him say, you heard him quietly whisper up the hallway, ghouls. And then you heard Malcolm speak and say, shouldn't we back up? We don't want to fight ghouls in this tunnel. It might be claustrophobic.
I'm going to say...
How close are the walls, actually?
Well, your wall width is about 5 feet.
Okay.
I had to make a roll last time, if I remember right. Oh, Frankie, there's ghouls ahead. How about we trade places? And I'll just kind of like slide on the wall, make it as flat as I possibly can. I'm going to slide.
Pretty
past
easy to
him.
do. Yeah, 2 of you can pass within here. I'm not going to say it's easily and comfortably, but you can definitely pass that.
As I'm passing, you'll see I'm totally sweating and I'm breathing a bit heavy. You go first. I'll wait here by the entrance. I'll make sure nothing comes up behind us. I'll hold the rear. just.
So are you going to stay in the shaft, or are you heading back out, Dr. Wright?
I'm not gonna run yet. I'm like, okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm like halfway there.
You're doing
And just so you know,
back
Frankie,
up, like-
Billings is directly in front of you, as is Wolf.
Wait, I won't.
Frankie just shoves.
Yeah, this is my time.
Yeah. I'll save one action, but I'll use the next action to say, Billings, come this way. There's
What?
danger ahead.
What danger? What danger?
Ghouls are animates. They call them animates. Get back here.
So he'll back to the side like you are, and then if you're backing up, he will also back up with you.
So I'll take him back.
So so Frankie, you have a clear run to where Dr. Wolf is.
Okay, and I'm assuming that I heard Raya say she's planning to move ahead.
Well, what you've heard for ease of order is you've heard
Yeah, he suggested this.
Aiden suggesting it exactly. So, Raya, for you, Aiden, and Malcolm, and you've got your bullseye going down, you are going to see at least 6 heads moving towards you, just bobbing up the hallway towards you.
All right,
We
I
will
pull my weapons.
head up to, I'm sure Raya is going to go first over Wolf. So, Raya?
Okay. So the first action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a headshot for the closest one.
Are you stepping past Aiden and Malcolm then and stepping into the hallway there?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be a 20 to hit.
Okay, so a 20 will hit for the head.
That would be a 19 damage.
Very good. Does not go down.
Okay. Second action, I'll target him again. Same headshot. What are my minuses on the headshot?
Minus, the headshot itself is -3.
Okay, that's what I was doing. That'll be a 25 to hit.
25 will definitely hit. Remember, it's +5 for the headshot.
That's a 21 damage.
So that will actually cleave through his head and drop that one. But you have 2 more in ready space, and with the lamp, you're at least seeing another 3 heads behind them.
Okay, I'm actually holding my third action, so I could potentially dodge.
Very good. Dr. Wolf.
Ooh. Bloody combat's happening there. I'm getting out of Frankie's way since I feel him up behind me.
Okay. And
Pardon
then,
me.
I don't know how many actions you have, but you're moving aside for 1 and holding?
Yes.
All right, very good. We're going to then move down to Frankie. Frankie, there is Raya all the way up in front of you. Everybody else has moved aside. Now, with you, it's not as easy to shimmy forward because of the axe, but you can do it.
You mentioned that there was it's opening up into a space. Can I tell that?
No, not from where you are. All you can see is the shaft going forward.
I I will do something. I would like to do something though if she comes past.
That will be. You're at 20, so you have a little ways to come.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move up, and I guess the issue I'm having is that I can't swing my axe in here.
You cannot swing your axe. You can't swing your axe because of the space.
Yeah.
But additionally, you can't swing your axe because Raya is taking up a portion of the space you would be able to swing in.
So I guess what I'm gonna do is just come and back up Raya for now and keep a line between the ghouls and
All right.
the civilians.
So I'm just going to have you move up as your action. Whatever other actions you have, you'll hold.
Yeah.
So we've moved through Frankie. We now move to Aiden.
So when Frankie gets up to me, I will. Well, do you want me to hold the lantern since you're heading down there?
No.
No, it is a two-handed axe.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I can't fight.
Well, I was gonna say if you take the lantern, I'll give you my Luger and Eclipse, and you can shoot stuff.
That's not a rifle, is it?
No, it's a hand pistol, but it's like a hand cannon.
I have a skill for this.
Yeah, it's
It would be called pistol.
yeah, shooting pistol.
No, I have like a weapon thing.
Oh.
I can use.
We have
every
never
weapon.
seen, to my knowledge, Frankie shoot a pistol. I think you've only shot the galvanic rifle once.
I think I just.
And the elephant gun.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was not the galvanic rifle. It was the elephant gun.
Well, it was both.
Did you shoot the galvanic gun?
Yep.
I did. Remember, I didn't have
Frankie
guns.
kept using it without the proper safety equipment. So.
Weapon expert. Character is an expert in use of most weapons. Can use any weapon as if he had the pertinent skill at level 2,
Yeah.
including artillery and galvanic's weapons.
So at worst, you have a 2.
Yes.
All right.
So I will trade you my axe for your gun and the lantern.
I'll grab it and.
Well, on my turn, I will.
Yep. It's your turn.
So I basically undo my gun belt and I'll slap it around him and click it, and then I will hold my next action. So once Frankie gets past me, I'm going to move up the shaft.
Okay. So, Frankie, it will take one of your actions to arm with those. So you've used 2, one to move up and one to effectively arm, and it's still your action if you want, or we can move past you.
Yeah. Can I use my last action to aim?
Absolutely.
Do I have to have something to do that?
You have something. You have the gun already.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'll do then.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we move down to Dr. Wright.
You took the lantern too, right?
Okay, Billings. I want you to stay behind me,
Yes.
and we're gonna go ahead and see what happens.
Yes, absolutely.
Exercising the better part of valor.
If anything comes past them, we'll go.
Then we
back.
attack.
Yes, we'll start backing up, and I'll use this, and I'll wait right here.
And you'll notice in the flickering candlelight that you get back here, Billings has a perplexed look. Back up. But that's not what they do. They all move forward and they attack.
We have guns, Billings. We don't want to jump into combat with guns. We want to back up, shoot until it stops moving, and then we go forward.
Aha. Okay.
Do you have? And I'll look. I mean, he doesn't have.
He doesn't have a single weapon.
If we could get another weapon from the Novus Day, maybe, or if you can get Malcolm to give you a sword, and then you'll have something you can fly into combat with.
All right. So all of you will hear from the back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Billings says, "Malcolm, my good boy, do you have a sword that I could use?" And Malcolm, for those that are near him, will look back and say, "For what?" He says, "Oh, well, Dr. Wright said that we should grab swords and leap into action."
Shut up, Billings.
That's not what I said. Billings, that's not.
Oh no! And the echoes are all going throughout the chamber.
Exactly.
Sorry. It's a little cat out of the bag now.
So, anyone with actions left for this round, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
All right.
Just
the
one
next one in line.
one quick question for you, Jill. Do you have head taker?
No,
No.
I don't.
Okay, just making sure.
I believe that was a Ray thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He smashed a lot of heads this time.
I'll be doing another headshot.
Very good.
20 to hit.
20 will hit.
24 damage.
24 damage, so that'll be another strike straight through the head down, and that one drops. So, at this point, you guys will hear from up the shaft. You will hear somebody hollering in French, and Matt, what you hear him hollering in French is, "Malcolm, you must leave the shaft now. You must come out here now." For the rest of you, you will hear Marood. Miss Raya, get everybody out of there now. We're being overrun.
Oh,
Well, that's that.
22 is Raya. Go.
All right, everyone out right now. And I'm going to defend.
Okay, so
Frankie
hold your
and I are
reactions as defense.
Yeah, hold
Okay.
our actions as defense to get everyone out.
Very good. So then I'm going to move to Wolf.
Okay. Well,
The way everyone's standing, you could push past Billings and Wright, or you could wait till they turn
Every
in.
man for themselves.
I'm waiting. I'm making sure they start moving. Once they start moving, I'll start moving.
Okay, Frankie, you are defending, yes?
Yes.
All right, very good. Aiden, what are you doing?
I'm motioning for everyone to get out, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can.
So will you push past or wait till everyone in front of you goes out
Wait
first?
till everyone...
Okay, so all of this then goes back to Dr. Wright.
Shove Billings down the shaft in your
No,
attempt
Billings
to
is
escape.
in front of him.
Yeah.
Good. Shove him so that there's a distract. I'm just kidding.
Let's get out of here. We're being overrun.
What?
You know?
What? But this isn't the way to attack!
No, we're not. We're tactically retreating so that we can better attack. Get.
All
And
right,
I
so
will shove
you run...
Billings.
Well, again, Billings is in front of
I
you,
know,
not
I'm-
behind you.
Oh,
so
I'm shoving him.
now you're turning, grinning behind him and shoving. He's like, don't push! I can move, man!
Well, let's go then.
So,
Well, yeah.
Billings is up and out. Dr. Wright, as you come out, go ahead and give me a wits perception.
Sorry, they said wolf.
That's the problem with having both the doctors have W last
16.
names.
So with a 16, as you come out, you don't hear it as much, because again, there's still that very light wind with the pelting type thing. But as you look around for where the fire is, there's movement around the fire. The horses have started moving in, away from the fire, towards the opening to the tomb, which they were on the other side of the fire. You'll notice that the other Novus Dei is just ahead of you, standing with both of his weapons drawn. Cal and Marud have weapons drawn at this point as well. Zosser is even armed, and they are all in kind of a semicircle in front of the horses.
So I go up to Cal Maroon and I say, Cal, how screwed are we?
I don't think there's a qualification for how bad. He says, I don't see any way out. And as you look around now, being up where you're at, there are heads moving at every angle.
I'll look at him and say, Cal, when you've climbed on the top of a sea of backs of animates, there's always a way out.
You will have to explain that to me, Doctor, if we get out of this.
I just might, Cal, my boy. And
You'll watch Maroon step forward and step quite a ways forward, take a couple of swings, drop two, and then move back to where you guys are at. No. The horses are making noise. The camels are kind of plodding.
I say, we should mount up, yes?
I don't know if it's very deep. They will take out the horses.
And then it dawns on me like, oh, well, shit. Maru, have you scouted out a path out of here? There has to be one. You can get us out of anything.
So Billings looks around and says, "Oh my pack!" And he runs towards the fire.
Can I reach to grab
You
him?
Give
just
me a
realized
shot.
what I realized. So, remember when the last time we dealt with, like, one of these stones?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The day of Swarm.
Yeah.
So we must be close.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Maybe we have to go back in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, shit.
Because we can defend the tunnel mouth and then just...
Yeah, the
We
tunnel
have to
mouth.
all-
Tunnel mouth's a good choke point.
Is this coordination?
If there's just 6 inside.
For grabbing him, yes, coordination.
14.
I wanted to say something, but I wasn't.
So you grab him by the
Our
scruff
horses.
and hold
No,
him back.
not yet, Billings. You'll get caught by one of them.
But what if they steal it?
They won't steal it. They have no need for it. Just wait until Cal and Marood tell us what to do.
So Raya and Frankie,
Well, I don't know what's up top.
a couple will move in on you. What are your coordinations?
From behind?
No, in front of you. So remember, you were still facing down the shaft, defending what was coming up the shaft.
Okay.
My
so
coordination is a 5.
Mine is a 5 also. So wait, hold on. Up means out to the open?
No, I'm sorry. So you are presently faced going into the
Yes.
shaft.
And those ones are the ones that are...
Those are what you're dealing with.
Okay, understood.
Because you guys are defending against
Yes.
them coming to the backside of the others. You guys have no trouble. You're holding back with your axe. You'll catch him with the esculpus and push him back. It's close enough and confined that you're not actually able to use the esculpus to do damage presently.
Minor
but
correction.
you're able to hold him back.
Pistol whipping them.
Oh, you're right, because you don't have the axe. Yes. So you're pushing back with that. So, I will move down. Raya, we're now back to your side where it would be potentially attacks. Raya, you first.
So my first action, is it an action to talk?
No.
I'm going to yell up to the top, Marood, what's going on up there?
You can hear him. It sounds a ways away, but on the wind you hear, it's bad. Get out here.
So I'm going to try and use my first 2 actions to try and take some of them out.
Very good.
And then I'm going to hold the third action.
Frank, even though it's out of order, what are you intending to do?
Well, I'm hesitant to shoot a gun by Raya's ear.
Yep,
And
in a shaft. Thank you for thinking of that. You
I'm
can put
kind of
another one to the center.
trying to back her up.
I was
If-
waiting for the.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the archer thing.
Yeah, so if she's like failing, then I will shoot something.
Okay,
But I
so
don't
you
want,
are literally just holding.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot a gun in here.
Right.
Back up is I guess what I'm doing. But I was gonna say something.
Yes.
Can I shine the light so she can see better?
She can see fine.
She can see
She's
fine.
having there's no issue from darkness at this
Can I
point.
tell how many are still coming
You can
towards
see
us?
4 heads at this
4
point.
heads, okay.
21 to hit.
21 will hit. So moving down from there while she's doing that, my next person is going to be Dr. Wolf.
Wolf is heading
Up and out?
Up and out.
Give me a wits perception roll. And you've heard Maru, so you know you're coming up to
23 damage.
23 damage will take it down.
That is 18.
Okay, with an 18, same basic thing that you saw, except you see everyone that's up there. You come up, and there is, everywhere you look, you can start seeing these shambling creatures moving in.
Oh no.
26
counting.
to hit.
You can count the
26
fastest.
hits. You have all of your actions. You'll have one of your actions used to move, but you will have all your other actions.
Yeah, I only have one other action. I don't have any weapons that are good against animates.
24
does anyone
damage.
have a gun or a sword I can use?
24 damage will take it down. You holler that out.
Yeah.
That will still leave you with an action.
Yeah.
And then I'm saving my third.
Very good. 8 for you.
Handing him her axe, or his axe.
So you run up out of the shaft.
No, run up to him. Yeah, run out of the shaft, give it to him, and say, guys. Well, no, I can't say that because you haven't said anything about that yet. I knew about that in the other characters. So yeah, I'm running out of the
You're running up and you hand Dr. Wolf the axe.
Yeah.
Wolf.
So it is a very unwieldy weapon that you have not practiced with this since you are not one of the weapon guys.
taller
But
than
you
you.
do have a weapon at this point.
I'm taller than Frankie, but not.
Malcolm comes up, draws his sword. Pierre comes up, draws his sword. And everyone is kind of standing there. So, Ryan, Frankie, when you can see that they are out, are you backing up the shaft?
Yes.
Hayden?
So there's zombies actually outside the tomb, right?
So, I want to be very clear on terminology.
Or the ghouls.
You see ghouls.
Right. So I'm going to say to those that are outside, back up. The tunnel is a better choke point than out here in the open where they can swarm us.
So, Maroon and Cal will look at each other. Cal says, "Are you certain there's none down there then?"
No, there is some down there, but not as many as is out here.
If we go down, we may never be able to get out.
There's,
So, go ahead.
that is why archaeology is a dangerous field.
Cal doesn't laugh. I'm laughing. Cal does not laugh at that. At this point, for those that are up top,
Do we get out?
not yet.
No.
You're backing up.
Yeah.
For the group that is up top, which is everyone but Raya and Frankie, you will see at the far end steps through the fire, and I mean literally walks through the fire. As it steps into the fire, it lights up.
Oh, fun.
As it's coming towards you guys, you see what appears to be a man on fire. 6'6", 6'7", bare-chested,
large
a
man.
very big man.
Oh, good. It's a reflection of me.
Because the ghouls are Egyptians generally.
Yes,
which
they are
I think-
generally 5'4" to 5'6"
This is
in
a
height.
staggering figure,
Yeah.
So
literally.
it steps forward, and you guys will all hear in a raspy voice, "I have you now. Bonagal will get his revenge."
Oh! Oh, shit.
And he walks towards you guys. For all of you up top, Ray's horse looks and starts to walk towards the burning man.
Ooh, interesting. Oh no.
Ray turned into a horse now.
That was the real plot twist.
So, Raya and Frankie, you guys have backed your way up and out of the shaft, but you come up to basically see this mess.
Okay, change of plans. Everybody back in the shaft.
Well, give me a moment, and then
What about the horses? You
Can I
hear
just shoot
somebody
one?
yell. Who?
I'm gonna say, wait a minute, Ryan. Then can I just shoot? There's 2 more left.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
there's 2 more left, sure.
Because I had to aim prepared, so
Yep.
I don't know how to roll guns though.
You just roll and add 2.
Add 2. All right. So
Are you aiming at a specific place or just shoot?
at the head. So
Okay.
-3.
-3.
Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 14.
14 will hit.
Okay. And then damage.
D6 or 6.
So I got 9.
My
Damage.
Do you have just a regular revolver?
No,
It's
it's
a Luger.
It's a Luger, and I use the pistol automatic stats, so it's +6 damage.
+6, so 15 damage.
Okay, so you will do damage to it.
I hate guns. This sucks. And then
He's just gonna take the axe from me.
I guess
You do see Dr. Wolf right there kind of looking at your axe and trying to be menacing as he's being
it's gonna be an
overburdened.
action to swap, but I'm gonna hold out the lantern and the gun to you.
Yeah, I'll just take those.
Okay, and then God, they're still in this little tunnel though.
No, you're well, yes, there. If you've come up and out, you grab from him, but they're coming up the shaft where you guys just backed out of. That's what she
Do
said.
you have actions left, Ryan?
You should
I have one.
No, you use the one to be able to back up. No,
Yeah.
not in the current round.
So
period.
I have 1 action left. Then
Yes.
one is backing up as 1. Oh, and I just switched my thing. So
So we should be out of actions for everyone.
yes.
So the flaming person
Yes.
who is speaking in a loud, rasping voice.
Flaming Ray.
Is it Ray? The flaming Ray, more importantly, the Bonagal spirit, is scanning all of you. The ghouls have stopped moving. You can hear them hissing. All of you, there is a massive level of discomfort. This kind of a swarm, no idea what you would do. Again, the horses, except for Ray's horse, are making very uncomfortable noises. Ray's horse approached him,
Camel.
but stopped. Oh, it was camel. I'm sorry, it wasn't a horse. It was a camel. I'm sorry. Ray's camel. Oh, then that changes it. My apologies. So yes, it was his camel. His camel approaches, but stops at a distance where you would assume he would stop and not get heat from a fire. But it is looking at him very perplexed. The horses are making feared noises, and they are now starting to kind of back around and starting to work up the camels. And at this point, you're not even going to be able to realize who it is in this semi-darkness with your campfire going, with the fire on Ray burning, and with the lantern. You're not going to be certain who it was. But one of the Bedouins leaps to the back of one of the camels, moves the camel forward, and starts grabbing horses, and yells in Egyptian. You will hear it, and immediately the Bonagal voice says, "I wouldn't." But you will hear him yell, "We should mount up and ride." And we are back to the top. Raya.
All right, everyone down in the tunnel.
First, we should kill the last 2.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. Well, talking's
She goes,
not
I was forgetting something.
talking's not an action.
So Marud is going to yell back, "But our mounts, they can't come into the tunnel with us. And if he comes in," and you clearly know what he's talking about, "and he burns, fire would end us."
Would the horses and camels fit in the tunnel?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Then
So I'm going to attack the last 2.
Give me 1 sec, right?
Can I move forward and say something? Can I speak to him?
Yeah.
I'll take 2 steps forward and just like I have my gun out in one hand and my little. Well, actually, no, I don't have my valise on me. Oh shit, I don't have my regular valise on me. That's right. Well, I'll have my gun in my hand and say, "What do you want, Monagal? Why are you following us? Like, what do you want? We haven't asked you yet. What do you want? Why? We're in the middle of the desert. You came from Cairo. I'm sure you were screwing something up there. Oh, we know what you brought into the desert. Why? Why
points a finger. He says, "You banished me, and you banished me, and you," pointing at Dr. Wright, Raya, and Aiden.
Say, you inhabited our compatriot. So shame on you too. Like, you're here now. Why don't you go bother somebody else? You're there. Look.
I can take your souls with me.
You could probably take all of Cairo right now. Why don't you go do that instead of 5 souls?
So you seem to have him stopped for a moment. And for all of you that are looking, which won't be Raya, for all of you that are looking, it absolutely is Ray on fire. It's Human Torch Ray.
Yep.
It's Ray on fire.
You already have your vessel that you've come back to multiple times. Leave us up. We're not trying to do anything against you. These guys want to go do something in France. We're trying to leave.
So Marud steps close to you and says, "Doctor, we cannot leave him in Ray's body."
And I'll look at Marud and I'll say, "Marud, we have excised this thing several times in its back." And I'll say, "We've done this several times. Do you want us to take... Why would you come after us again? You have a bunch of animates, yes, but, like, we've done this."
They're not mine.
You're here independently of this?
I have been chasing you for days. Ever since I was able to reclaim my ride.
Well, you got him. Just go do something else.
At the comments, like, they're not mine, and it's like he's like completely independent. I'm actually wanting to kind of observe the animates now. Like,
the animates are all standing around you at distance. The only people that should have seen this would be Raya, Frankie?
Yeah.
Raya, Frankie, and Dr. Wright are the only ones that have ever seen a phenomena
The
like
dais
this.
is in there.
yeah. So, but for Wolf, this is absolutely fascinating. It's like, if this thing didn't bring the animates, why are they all congregating like this?
So-
for him, it's very.
So I'll step
Yeah, we're
out.
kind of fucked.
Yeah, I'll step out of game for a moment, and I'll remind you guys, we've talked about animates being a London term. That term is also used in Prussia. When you guys got here, you used the term animates and you've used the term zombies. The Egyptians used another word, shadem, and the term has been thrown around by Aiden in the English as ghouls. So far that you guys have seen, ghouls do not appear to do the same things that animates do. There seems to be some very small amount of intelligence or at least predatory ability that allows them not quite to be as completely mindless as the animals. So I just wanted to put out there that these may not actually be animates as you guys mean them. As a greater term, yes, they're animates.
Yeah.
But
But they're not ones that we're used to normally.
right,
here.
exactly. But again, for the three of you, you have seen this phenomena once before.
So I know the dais is inside of here, and these two ghouls in the hallway are the ones keeping us from our mission. And so I'm just going to start there,
All
and
right.
then go from there.
So for the two of you, go ahead and do your attacks.
20 to hit.
That's a hit.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
20 damage.
Okay, that will damage it again. You're cutting pieces out of it with the axe.
Oh, I should have said that I was aiming for the head. So 17, or what did I have, 21?
Yeah, so 18, and would you add 5 to that damage?
I would.
All right, so that takes it down.
22 damage.
Okay, and that will take yours down. Both of you guys give me an intellect roll, because I think that's the one we're using. Yes, give me an intellect roll.
Ah, hell yeah.
Oh, Frankie's on fire right
21. I know all
21.
kinds of stuff.
22.
So both of you guys, now that you have a half-second breather, you realize that as soon as the two of you stepped out of the tomb, they stopped moving forward. They kept menacing and hissing, but they no longer moved forward.
They're guarding the
And you
dais.
dropped them.
So as I'm gonna turn and look at the Ray thing and then say, okay, if anyone finds an infant ghoul, do not kill it.
It's what?
It's true. Don't kill it.
I'm gonna yell up, Aiden, I think the dais is down here.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at Ray. I'm trying to figure out if he's dead or...
So
He's on fire.
Ray is on fire,
So
but it
soon.
does not seem to be consuming his pants, his shoes, or his hair. He does not have a shirt.
What does he do at this point? I mean, I've spouted at him a few times. And
Yep. He seems to have stopped. Everybody give me a wits perception roll. Yes, everybody give me a wits perception.
I don't think
I
Ray
know
ever
that-
wore a shirt.
Remind me, did Ray,
Basically, he wore
There we go.
a vest.
21.
did Ray ever describe to us anything?
I'm
to do with
invigorated
Patel, like
from
his
murder.
Interactions and interactions.
No, he never was able to recall it.
12.
18.
I'm
12,
busy with
18.
other things.
19.
19.
This is a what?
This is a wits perception.
Oh, wits perception. This is a 21 right there.
So, all of you are going to see this. For the two of you that have just taken the ghouls out, Malcolm is going to run right past you guys and down the shaft. And he is at a dead run.
One of us has to go.
I'll follow him.
I'll tell you guys if you're up there. Let me talk to Ray. You go handle that. We'll have a discussion. Or, pardon me, Bonagal.
Does Malcolm have a light?
You did not see anything.
I'll take the lantern from you.
So you grab the lantern.
Wolf has it now.
Wolf has it
Yep,
now?
take
So
the
you grab
lantern
the
from me.
lantern from Wolf. You look around. Frankie doesn't have it. Wolf's got it. You grab the lantern and you go running in after him.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead. If you are actually running, go ahead and give me an acrobatics roll.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like before, back in Cambridge, we were able to like
18.
kill them really easily when they were in this trance.
Yeah, they weren't bothering us with the thing. We
Right.
didn't do much.
Because I remember
though.
we were walking on their heads and killing
That's
them.
how you climb. You weren't killing them. You were climbing over
I
them.
remember stepping in heads. And that was really gross to me.
You might have had that flavor.
Because there were some that were really squishy, I guess.
18.
Okay. So with an 18, you make it down the shaft. You can hear as you get in there more hissing, and it's getting louder as you continue farther.
Haha.
As you come down the shaft to the flat, you can see a green glow ahead of you. He must be running at absolute full speed down here. And you can ahead of you you'll see through the opening that you guys were heading towards, you will see that green light disappear and fade to the right. You have 2 more actions.
I'm following him.
So you run in. As you come through that opening with the lantern now, you'll notice that in that chamber, to your left, and because it would be just quick, to your left you'll see 2 openings, to your right you see 1 opening. The green glow is in there. This chamber, your immediate quick thoughts, this chamber is a shambles in here. There is broken pottery, bits of metal, that type of stuff strewn around here. Much of the things like wood, there's no remaining papyrus or anything like that, but much of the wood that's left down here is desiccated but burned at edges. The walls in here look like something has burned up and inside of them. There is a red rust that peels down from the ceiling. You're not sure what that is, but that glow is to the right. You have 1 more action.
I'll follow the glow.
Okay,
I'll follow him.
so as you step in, give me a wits perception.
15.
So, as you step in, Malcolm is standing in front of a stone. It looks kind of like a fountain. It does look like the dais that you saw in the rubbings. In one hand, he's holding something. You can't see what it is. His other hand is glowing green. He looks at you and he says, "Perfect. Give me the stone.
I'm not going to give you the stone.
Give me the stone now." And he is going to...
No!
Yep, he is going to try. Give me a willpower roll.
Blind wave.
Curse this.
You have
inevitable
6
betrayal.
pips. Make use what
Yeah.
you need to.
Definitely. Don't get mind whammied right now.
Exactly. Damn this inevitable betrayal.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to use a personal reroll.
Very good. For the rest of you up top, I'm not going to worry about initiative order for the moment. As soon as Malcolm steps in, the hissing starts happening, and the ghouls start moving in. The camels move towards you. Most of your group is now spread around the circle of camels and horses. The horses are being held by whoever it is, and now those who can see it can tell it's Abrax, who is up on the camel, holding the horse's rein, trying to keep them close so they don't do something. As you're faced around, you guys will notice that the ghouls are moving generally around you towards the opening.
I'm gonna say we should try to move the steeds through the crowd. They're not attacking. That's maybe our only option to get our mounts out. And I'm gonna come over and take a camel and start pushing through the crowd.
Okay, walking.
Yeah.
Very good.
20.
If I can take a couple, I will.
So with a 20, you definitely feel something hammer into your head. For a moment, you shake your head. You have a little bit of a blurred vision. He says, "Damn it, Raya, don't be foolish. Give me the stone. I can end this."
I'm gonna pull out the stone, but I will hold it. What do we need to do?
It doesn't work that way, and he holds his hand to you and says, "Take this. It looks like a ball of green fire."
Okay, I'll take it from him.
How do you tell me what you do? So his hand is holding out. It looks like literally a ball of green fire.
So I hold
You put
my
your hand out
like that, and I take it from him.
So he turns his hand upside down and drops it. You can feel warmth, but not heat.
Then I'll pull my stone out.
And he says, "Give me the stone," and he still has that same hand extended. I'll go back up top. So for the group of you up top, you've grabbed a camel and are starting to walk.
Can I grab a couple of them?
Sure, absolutely. Billings will fall in line with you. The two Novus Dei at this point are looking around. You can tell that they're kind of trying to figure out, do we go after Malcolm?
Yeah.
Do we go with you guys? I mean, we were in cahoots for a while.
So if I get to the animates, or to the ghouls, do they attack?
No.
So I'm going to tell Billings maybe you should mount up, and you can
Up.
take better charge from up there.
Of course.
You can scout.
And he gets in, he says, this, I was built for this.
Is that the one with the C?
So
That's the one with his seat.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Abrax.
Who's up top? Yep.
Right. And I'll look at
Frankie?
Frankie, thank you. And I'll be like, go back to the previous camp. I'll meet you there.
Well, I'm not going to leave right now, right? Isn't there?
Well,
And
Anyway,
Maroon says, Aiden,
I'm out of
what are you
earshot.
thinking? We should move as a group.
I have a plan.
Raya can take care of herself.
Are there rocks or like any sort of rock thing above the two?
There is not a ledge. There
Okay.
are stones that represent portions of it, but they are very large. We're not talking little stones. We're talking like the carved block kind of thing. For you, Dr. Wright and Bonigal, Bonigal seems to suddenly think of something, and as he does, the flame coalesces to his hair, to his face, up to his hair, and goes out. And it absolutely is Ray. And Ray looks at you and says, "Doctor, what are you doing here?"
Ray, where did you go? You brought Bonigal back. He's back inside of you. If this is even you, this could be a trick by Bonigal.
I left. You were fighting. I told Raya I was going to do this. I'm done with you. Why do I keep coming back to you?
I'm gonna say, because you're in hell now. Bonigal, could you come back out? I wasn't done speaking with you.
Ray gets a weird look as you say that, and then his hair catches fire again, and you're reasonably certain Bonigal has taken over.
I'll say, okay, Bonigal, question. Though we had our differences, I wouldn't mind having Ray back. Are you? I'm a churchgoer. Are you the kind of make a deal demon?
I am very willing to make a deal. Your soul for what?
Okay, well, I'm also, I wouldn't say so much a deal maker as a gambler. So, you, an ancient demon of unknown origin, or me, a peerless surgeon, who do you think has the greater willpower? I would bet me.
I would be willing to test that, but you must know, I'm no demon. I ascended. I was once the poisoner for I.
I don't know anything about that, do I? And
You guys do know
Like Cliff Notes.
from way long ago that Bonigal was I's poisoner.
And we think that behind us is the Tomb of I?
Nope.
No.
You just left the
We
Tomb
just
of
left
I.
the Tomb of I. Okay, cool.
Or at least what Aiden believes is the Tomb of I.
I'll say, interesting. Okay. So
Obviously,
if I
Jason.
win in this test of wills, do I get some kind of guarantee? How do I know you'll go back to whatever?
What are you asking? What's the deal?
I want you to be out of range, to go off and not bother us anymore.
What do I want?
Me, a much better specimen.
I agree. Very good. It is set, and the flame disappears from his hair
And as he go ahead, but I'm gonna say something before he hits me.
and comes up in his hand.
Oh.
In his hand, there is a burning Ankh symbol on the hand, and he extends it for what appears to be a shake.
I don't know. I'll start walking up there and I'll look back. Is anybody up here with me?
Wolf,
Everybody's
Wolf-
up there, but nobody's up
I'm
on you.
occupied.
Wolf is watching this, and this
I'm
is-
sure everyone's
yeah.
basically watching it and moving through the camel run, or moving through the ghouls.
I'm walking. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna run and push him out of the way, and I'm gonna grab Ray's hand and say, "Get out of here, friend," and just shake it for all it's worth.
Okay, so go ahead and give me Dr. Wright.
Oh, if I see him coming, I'm not gonna stop him.
Okay, you just step aside.
Oh no! Someone got there ahead of me!
If I see him coming at me, I don't want to get hurt. So
Right.
if he's gonna come to
So
shove
you,
me, I want to
Olay step aside.
Yeah, I'll say, whoa.
So when you grab his hand, what ends up happening is he grabs up your arm as opposed to his hand. So as you reach for the hand, it slips, and where he grabs you, go ahead and give me a willpower roll.
Very important for me. What do I visually see?
What you visually see is Ray standing there with a, I'm going to call it a demonic visage, as he grabs Aiden's hand or
14.
Aiden's arm, and 14?
Yeah.
All right. So the pain is excruciating, but you do not pass out. He screams, and when Bonigal Ray removes his hand from his arm, on Bonigal's forearm, where Aiden's hand was, there is a single symbol, which you know is the symbol for water, on his arm. On your arm, and you will see this as well, burned into your flesh is the Ankh.
Okay.
And then in Ray's voice, he says, "Let's begin," and closes his eyes. Now, give me a wits perception roll. I'm not sure that you have any idea what they're doing.
Oh, that was great. Oh, well, since we're going there already, I'll do my free rolls first.
Whoa,
Oh.
that's way better.
So 2-0, so crit.
All right, so you did hear what the deal was. It's basically soul for soul. So you now know, you at least know what you're in for. What you envision as he closes his eyes is everything goes away. You're standing in not white, but a cream-colored surrounding. You're standing on nothing, with nothing above you and nothing next to you, but that color appears to infect everything that you see except for you and not Ray, but a very small man, maybe 5'3", 5'4" in height.
But very
Thin.
small.
Dressed as you believe they would be, dressed as one of the court people would be for one of the pharaohs. He is standing in front of you. Willpower rolls. Tell me when you've decided to stop.
Alright. I'll go with an 18.
Okay, he looks at you, and in that more weazened voice, not Ray's, says, "That's one." And as you look at your arm, a second Ankh appears.
Okay.
Let's go back inside. Raya,
Oh yeah.
give me the stone.
If I give you the stone, I need your word as a gentleman and as a man of your faith that you will return it to me and that you will let us accompany you to France and then take the stones on to England like we'd planned.
He says, "You have my word. Give me the stone."
I give it to him.
So, He takes both stones. He holds them out in front of his chest, one in front of each pectoral, and begins chanting something.
Am I still holding the fire?
You're still holding the fire.
Okay.
You're guessing in Egyptian. You can clearly hear the hissing now. Whatever the noise is probably right outside of the room that you are in. For those of you up top, ignoring Aiden for a moment, for those of you up top, the ghouls are now funneling down the passageway.
Okay, so our camels are still making it out.
Yep, you guys are still moving forward. Dr. Wright, are you still standing there?
No. Well, see, what I do is I stand there and I look. So he's come in.
Ray is standing, and right in front of him, locked, standing as they were, just as their hands pulled apart, is Aiden. Neither one appears to be focused on anything. They seem to be wooden still.
I look as they're just standing there, and I look around to see if I see my ghost wife. I was about to enact her before the handshake.
You do not.
And so I look around, and then I look at them, and I look at the gun in my hand, and I just see how close I am. And I gave Wolf the death he chose, so damn it, I'll give you the one you chose as well. And I'm gonna go back towards Wolf.
Okay. So as you are moving back, it's easiest for you to notice this. The circle of ghouls has basically collapsed and moved around the vast majority of the horses and the camels and the people, and is moving to the funnel of the entrance to the tomb. So, go ahead, Aiden, let's do another willpower.
That is just...
Are all the camels through at this point?
The vast majority are. You still have a few ghouls meandering around them. The camels are super uncomfortable. The horses are just going berserk.
13?
13. He does not laugh this time. He says, "One for you." And on his arm, you'll see the symbol for Earth.
Are any of the Novus Dei up top right now?
Yes.
Okay.
The two are still up top. When you got a chance to see them at first, they were kind of conflicted whether they should go down there or not. Now that there are ghouls piling down the tunnel, they're right up with you guys.
Can I go? I don't know if we're in rounds, but if not, can I go up to them?
Yeah.
And I'll say...
Do you walk over to them or you run over?
I'll run over to them.
Yep.
I'm going to say, which one of you has a vial of Greek fire?
They both look at each other, and the one who speaks the poor broken English says, "Malcolm."
I'm ditching my camels with whoever's closest to me, and I'm heading into the tunnel.
Okay. So, as you're moving forward, you are realizing that you're going to somehow have to move them. They are absolutely plugging it. Now, the last time that you guys moved through them, I want to say, even though we were just talking about it, you didn't attack them.
Yeah.
In fact, if I remember correctly, specifically if you remember, Peg had said to you guys, "Don't attack them. I think we can move past them."
I'm not attacking them. I'm just getting them.
You're going to try and shove your way in.
Yeah.
I want to also tell them, I'll say, damn, fine. You two, do you want to survive this?
The one who's speaking the broken English to you says, "Well, of course."
I'll point to Cal and I'll say, I gave a concoction to that one earlier that gave him the strength of at least 6 of you.
No.
Would you like that too so you can survive?
Cal turns around and says, "Absolutely not,
And I'll
Doctor."
turn to Cal and I'll just smile and I'll say, Cal,
They're moving around, Doctor. Keep your mouth shut. Move forward with us. Just stay quiet.
and I'll look at him and I'll smile and say, all right, Cal. And I'm gonna look back at them, and Cal, I'm imagining him doing stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Cal is walking a camel.
And I'll look at them, and I'm not gonna shout. I'll say to where they can heal me. I'll say, your choice.
So they're kind of looking at you, and then they're looking at Cal.
Don't listen to him. Do you want to survive?
and they will just walk past you. They'll walk with the camels.
Wolf, believe it or not, despite everyone like leaving and stuff, Wolf is going to where Ray Bonigal and Aiden are right now,
Standing
and
at
he's
each
standing right there
Ray
because...
Bonigal.
And there's not a serene look on his face. There's this furrowed look on his face as he's watching the arms, and I'm sure he's seeing like the symbols like starting to spread. And
Yes,
he's getting
you
this
are.
look, and it's just seeing this battle. And there's just this, not resigned, but almost this resolute fact that if Aiden doesn't make it, and Bonigal takes over, and it takes over the fire and stuff, someone's gonna have to be here to try and stop him.
Right?
And unfortunately, it's like, well, I'm already burned.
Gotcha.
So-
Aiden, let's do another roll.
Oh, this is a lot. I'm stressed.
Oh, wait, I'll use one of those. Alright, if I do anything with my short life with these nutters, I want to make sure Bye.
That's not the same. Bonigal.
Bonigal is, trying to remember, is, gone. So,
Turn that undead.
that is 5 obsession.
And what are you raising in an attempt to do this? What do you envision you're bringing up? Why are you taking to the 5th level with what's going on here?
So it's my desire,
Mm-hmm.
and like basically Aiden at this moment is like, these people have done no end of
things.
stuff, and it doesn't seem like it's any better based on what the one guy said about France and everything that's just come up to this point. So if there's anything he can do, he's going to make damn sure that he just... I'm going to basically pull the page from the end of Diablo. I'm going to make sure this guy's stuck at me, and then I'm just going to go wander into the waste so nobody ever has
So,
to deal with it again.
I'll throw a couple of things just to have you think. One, when he was stuck in Ray was not able to control him. So you may not, just for your thinking, you may not have control of him. He may take you and do horrible things, and you have knowledge, and you have an understanding of what that knowledge is that no one else has. So him in you, him riding you, might be bad. The other thing is, you're right. This group has done no end of bad. I'm not sure if every character is culpable, but the vast majority of them are. However, what they're trying to accomplish could change the world. So it's a question, would Aiden step away from it? You have chips in the middle. I'm throwing there for you to make the choice, and I'm not going to stop you from taking it. It is a legitimate explanation, but would your character have given up that far?
Alright, I'll try one more chip.
Do you
Okay.
know any magical symbols that could bind him inside
Well, I'm
you?
inside.
He can't do anything in there.
Yeah.
This is literally this.
So then willpower, right?
Willpower, yes.
So 15.
So he screams, and just the wind appears on his arm.
Okay.
All right, so inside the tomb, Raya, you're standing there with the green flame. You can see ghouls starting to come in the room and come towards Malcolm. Malcolm is raising his voice, continuing, and it does not sound like he's repeating. He sounds like he is continuing to speak words. They are grabbing him.
I'm going to try and defend him and keep them off of
Go
him.
ahead, give me your rolls. There are
So,
two
because
present.
I'm holding the flame, I
Yep.
can only use one weapon.
Yes, you can. That's
So
correct.
I'm one-handed right now.
Does that have your damage, or how does that work?
I don't know. That's a really good
You could
question.
just you could put the lantern down real quick and.
It's not a lantern.
It's not
It's a fireball.
It's a green flame.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know that it changes a whole
I don't
lot.
think it
I think
changes-
more than anything else, your
Yeah.
fighting style is
Yeah.
two-handed, so you don't often fight one-handed. But I don't think that's going to affect
Yeah, I
it.
don't think it.
Because the Asculpus as a
Yeah.
pair does not do more damage than an
No.
Asculpi.
That's cool, bye.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
So, headshot,
Okay. Asculpi. Might be Asculpi. That's multiples.
20 to hit.
20 to hit will hit.
Let's go.
That's why I said Sculpi, mate. That's what I was
Exculpate.
Maybe I should pay attention.
23 damage.
That will take that one down. You have 2 more actions and 1 more on him.
Okay. So, second one on him. 21 to hit.
You need to add your negatives on your side, but the standard to hit them is a 14.
Okay.
So that will definitely hit.
That would be a 22 damage.
That will take that one down. So you have one action left.
I'm holding my third.
Very good. So Malcolm continues. His voice raises. You start seeing around the stones colored lights coming out of the stones. None of the colors are greens. There's reds and whites and hues therein. It looks like they are lighting up around the stone. There is a huge push as the ghouls push in and hit him, knocking him forward. Not biting or grabbing, but shove in, hit him, knocking him forward. They knock into you. I need to have a coordination roll from you.
19?
Very good. Frankie, give me an acrobatics roll as you are endeavoring to move through them. The press is extremely thick. It's going to be difficult.
14.
So if these were normal Americans in the 5'9", 6 foot type range, you might be able to push through. This press is people that are just slightly taller than you, 5'4" to 5'6". You're not. I mean, at this point, you're kind of pushing, shoving. You're not making much progress.
I'll crawl.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, okay.
So you're not making a lot of progress forward. For those of you that are outside, that are moving with the camels and the horses, you have now moved away from the ghouls. There are still ghouls piling in the direction, but you have moved past them. Who is currently watching Aiden? Just Dr. Wolf, right?
I believe so, yes.
Aiden, let's go for our last roll.
Right.
Or maybe our last roll.
16.
So he starts laughing, and a third onk is on your arm.
Right.
He says, "One more, and you are mine." Let's do that roll.
Spend it, shit.
That's...
Don't you lose your character at 5?
That's why I keep asking.
It'll be a glorious way. Oh, nice. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. You can add concentration to those, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So 16.
So at that, Bonagal screams. The fourth symbol is void, and the Bonagal construct where you're at crumbles to the ground, and the black dust of him shoots into your mouth. You wake up. For a moment, you see the horizon in the night sky, and then you fall to the ground out.
Okay.
What you will see is Aiden takes a deep, deep breath, and
Yeah.
it hits the ground.
I'm down there. I'm checking pulse, breathing. Is he breathing at all?
He's not breathing.
No. Heart. Pulse. Any pulse.
Very shallow, but it's there.
Gonna start doing some compressions.
Go ahead and give me a medicine roll.
Do I see that Ray's standing there now? Since these guys...
I thought you left the group.
No, I'm still up top because these guys didn't listen to me.
So you just stood there as the camels and the horses and everyone left?
Where were they going?
They were heading away from the
Yeah.
ghouls.
Oh yeah, I'm staying here.
Okay.
Here. 'cause
So
I'm
yeah,
watching
so
this
so
unfold.
you'll watch Ray collapse, and then just kind of look around bewildered.
I'll run over to Ray.
Doctor?
Then. I'll say, "Oh, good, you're back, Ray. Do you remember what I just said to you about a moment ago?"
No, the last thing I remember was coming back to camp.
Ray. Apologies then. You're still in hell. You're with us still.
What?
And I'll say, look around. We're encircled by ghouls, and it's just like...
Well, they're not encircled by ghouls. There's a circle of ghouls up there.
Oh,
the
thank
circles
God.
move past you.
Then
But he's gonna look. He's gonna. Oh, bloody hell!
Yes. Now, the question is, do you want to go off on your own again, or do you want to make sure these two stay alive? I know you don't care about me, but Aiden seems to have made a deal with Bonagal, and we don't know yet how it's turned.
He did what?
15.
So 15. So it takes you a bit, but you can get him breathing again.
I'll say, but yes, I tried to make the deal myself so I could banish him, and then Aiden came in and took the handshake anyway. It's all technical stuff, really, but the point is, something's happened to him. We don't know if Bonagal's in there, but Bonagal's not in you, it looks like. Or you're Bonagal and you're lying to us. I
So
could put
he
a bullet in your head if you'd like.
Stares at you.
Actually,
Shakes
you know what?
his head.
I'm gonna actually look
then-
at, Aiden's arm real fast since I've been seeing this.
Aiden's arm has 3 onks burn into his arm.
Doctor, how many symbols does Ray have in his arm?
And I'll look down, same amount.
Ray has no symbols on his arm.
And I'll say, I hate that I have to ask this, but he has no symbols on his arm. You see symbols?
What are you bloody talking about, Doctor?
And I'll say, Ray, do you see symbols on his arm?
On whose?
Aiden's.
Yeah, of course.
Christ, help me. All right, and I'll try to remember. Did he have a run-in with Monaco?
I did.
Yeah. And I'll say,
Frey vomited all over.
and I'll say, well, it seems that if you're seeing it, and you're seeing it, and I'm not, I guess Aiden would see it too, you three have interacted with Monaco. So whatever that is none of my concern. So we should get up. Ray, you're a big fellow. Would you mind carrying Aiden? Unless you would like to run.
No, he looks at you, Dr. Wolf.
And I'm just
Should
there.
we move him?
As far as I can tell, he's in good enough physical condition to move. Just keep an eye on his breathing.
So he lifts him up with ease. Ray has no trouble lifting him.
And I'll say, you should go to... Well, I'll look at you, actually, Dr. Wolf, and say, he should go to the camp. I'm going to go see what they're doing down there. Do you want to come with me, Dr. Wolf? Or are you going to go back to camp?
It's a crucial decision because I don't know how Aiden's gonna be the moment. And they go, one moment. I kind of look back towards the swarm where I can kind of see the mosh pit of Frankie just trying to go through.
Frankie is shoving in, is kind of moving in, but is not having really a whole lot of luck. You can still see Frankie.
It's like, to be honest, right? I don't know what you're going to. If Frankie can't get through that wall, I don't know.
You certainly can.
How well you're going to.
Can I remove these?
Sure.
Yeah. You do your personal
Frankie trying to
Rise.
This is Frankie trying to get into the shaft to get into
all...
the bottom.
Got an 18.
So I see that.
Yep, you see that. All right, so you shove in hard. Inside, Raya, as this mass shoves forward, knocks Malcolm over. You will see those colored lights go out. And all you can hear at this point, the hissing, the rasping, all of that has completely stopped. And Malcolm is breathing. He says, "Did it work? Did it work?" And where you are, Frankie, as you punch in, bodies just collapse on you. At first, you assume they're attacking you. But after a bit, you realize you are covered by a press of ghoul bodies that aren't moving.
Okay. I'd like to wiggle up.
Okay, so you get out, and there's Dr.
I'm going
If
in.
he's
I am
as soon as I see the domino effect on Frankie, I'm like, oh shit! Now I'm going to try to help.
There.
I'm going to try to dig him out.
I'll try and dig Frankie.
No, I'm desperate.
Doctor teamwork.
All right, so you're just throwing ghoul bodies up and out
I'm
of the hole.
crawling. I don't
Okay.
care. I'm getting to
Are
Raya.
they're not moving?
They're not moving.
I'll pull one out and I'll look at it. Does it look dead?
Well,
You know what I mean?
It looked dead
Like,
before. It does not appear to be moving.
I'll take out one of my knives and just kind of slowly pierce the skull. If I need to.
You're gonna have to punch through the
Yeah, I want to see if it
punch
moves
through
at
the
all.
bone, but it doesn't do anything when you punch through the bone.
And I'll say, Dr. Wolf, are these animates no longer animated?
It doesn't appear so, right? As I'm just tossing bodies off to try and get to Frankie, who I don't realize is digging further.
Yeah. And
What do
then
you do?
I'll start moving bodies.
I have one goal, and it's to make sure Raya's okay. Whatever that means.
So you realize that you're going to have to move some of the bodies.
Yeah,
it is
that's
a
fine.
complete press down there.
I mean, I am single focused like a,
All right.
like
So
a cattle
I'm
dog.
going to sheath my weapon and help Malcolm up with my free hand.
Okay, and you still have the green
And
flame.
I still have the fire.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, I think it worked. They stopped.
So he's looking around, and then he just starts laughing, and then he seems to collapse, like his legs give way, like he has no strength. He sets both stones down on the dais, and just brushes his hair back, still laughing. You're not sure
Hair?
if he's all there
Is it
right now.
maniacal laughter?
You're not sure if he's all there.
And his hair?
Yep.
Hair?
He has hair under that helmet?
Oh, it's right. The helmet goes full. I'm sorry. He rubs his hands over the helmet. I'm sorry. That's right.
We know there's...
It's not
I
Dr.
For
knew.
lore.
I
Thank you
knew.
for reminding me.
I was so hoping it's now we get to see the true monster beneath.
It's going to be like a L'Oreal.
Old man Wilkins,
My-
but how?
My fault, I forgot. That's right. The helmet actually covers the hair as well.
To this day, I
But
can't
he-
imagine what it felt
So-
like for Frankie going through 50 feet of dead bodies trying to get to his friend.
I'm going to put both of the stones in my bag.
So you're going to grab at them?
Uh-huh.
So as you reach for one, still laughing, his hand shoots out and grabs the other one and says, "Oh no."
Bad guy.
He grabs one. He doesn't grab the other one, but he grabs one. He says, "Oh no." And it disappears into his cloak. He stands up. He's
So I have
shaky.
one again,
You
and
grabbed
he
your
has
one.
the other.
He is shaky. He says, "It's what they said. We need to take this."
Okay, let's get the dais and get out of here.
So now he's looking at the crush of bodies, and as you do as well, he says, "How?"
And then you hear,
Yeah, you can hear Frankie very muffled, but screaming your name.
Well, it sounds like Frankie's going to be
Yeah,
here to
as
help
Brian
us.
and I are doing the wolf and I doing the work.
It's just like, I mean, I think, you know, from the way that the bodies have moved, have been displaced, I think he's crawling through them.
So
Yeah.
You look
I would-
back at me and I moved the
I'm going to
arms
hand
and
Malcolm
look,
the
an
fire
angel.
bat.
He will take it back.
Really, Dr. Wright?
You're just dragging him off and having him hold for hands.
Yeah, Wright and I are excavating the bodies out of the hole.
Look at these two are holding hands. That's a family, Dr.
Okay,
Wolf.
Wolf is the only one excavating. Wright is doing whatever he's doing.
No, Wright's helping.
I know.
So, Raya, as you hand the green flame back to him, it increases slightly in his hand in illumination, but not by
And I want to take a look at the dais and see how heavy and how movable I think this is
Go
by
ahead and give me a vitality.
the three of us.
Same in the last one, not. Didn't we have? I feel like we had to. Did we get like a machine?
Oh,
take it out
it
and
was-
roll it.
No, a couple of you guys grabbed because it was just the top.
But it was
wasn't, but I
super,
remember it
super
was super
hard, though.
heavy.
Yeah.
It was
It was
I
very
remember we
heavy.
failed a couple rolls.
Yeah.
14?
So 14,
Just
you don't even
eventually
think you
break
can
off
lift it.
parts of it, except
You
for the
have to
part
hope
we
that
needed.
there's
Yeah, exactly.
more that can do it.
I'm
Malcolm
gonna-
steps down with you to do the same, and the two of you are able to start making it shudder, but you can't even get it a full inch off the ground.
We need, at the very least, Frankie and Marood to help us with this.
He
There's no
nods
way
his
you
head,
and I can do this together.
And he kind of steps over a couple of the ghoul bodies, and with his one free hand, grabs one and kind of slogs it to the side and says, I think this may be the way, and starts pulling bodies off to the side.
I'll help him do that.
So about 15 or so minutes is going to pass as you guys are working your way in body by body. You're working your way out. You guys now are at the point where you can talk. You know, Frankie, as you're still yelling, Raya, you can talk back. It's going to be a full half hour before you guys can get enough of the bodies out of the way to where you guys can actually move back and forth, which is not freely, but you can move.
I think literally at this point it's Wolf inside lifting a body up to Wright as Wright's taking a body and tossing.
Yeah.
Because it's at this point we have to start chaining.
Once I ascertain that Raya is alive, I will start helping.
Okay. The smell. So as you guys are starting to work, we're now a half hour in.
Yeah.
There is a rot smell that starts emanating. You didn't really smell it before, but it
I love
is
the smell.
increasing.
Oh no, I don't have my scented things anymore.
Nope,
Wolf
you don't.
Wolf takes out a small little like Vaseline sort of cream for a moment and puts some under his nose, puts some under Wright's
Well, then,
nose.
so
As I hold the dead body.
Yes.
Thank you.
are neither of you wearing your Egyptian mask?
Oh, we do have our Egyptian masks
I'll
as well.
lower mine so I can get the good
Yeah,
smells.
we've got our masks on, but I know that's only going to do so much. So as
Right.
much as we can to keep the work going.
It's
So-
not necessarily a good smell. It's just a smell that blocks the other smell.
Right, exactly. So as soon as Malcolm sees Frankie, he says, I believe you'll be able to help us. We need to get the dais out. As you can see, it worked.
Did somebody say Dias?
Dr. Wright, is that you? Yes. Yes.
It's really important that you don't kill anything inside the dais.
If there's a baby in there, don't kill it. Or sorry, a fetus.
So Malcolm's going to look at you with a very quizzical look.
I'll explain later. Let's get this out
Please.
of here.
So Who is going to try and lift this thing?
I think everybody. Except
think-
for Doctor, right?
All right, so Dr. Wright's going to lead in and out, and everyone else is going to
Before
lift.
they lift it, I'm gonna come and look at it, and I'm gonna like.
Yeah, I'd like to take a peek
So
around too.
it looks so.
So basically, think of a very stretched thimble.
Okay.
Or not a thimble, that's the wrong word. Spool. A very
Okay.
stretched spool. Okay?
Oh yeah.
There's a section on top. Yeah, I mean, it's that picture there.
Awesome.
But there's the section on top with a pedestal that goes down and then a footing to it.
Is there anything else in this room?
In this room, no.
Nothing like on the walls or.
As you look around, you realize that where the zombies aren't, it's the same thing as that first room. Some kind of fire was lit in here
Okay.
burning stuff.
Okay, yeah, and then I reckon.
The room is in terrible shape.
I'm gonna be the one to ask, and I'll say, okay, I'll be the one to ask, what the hell happened to, and I'll point to the ghouls.
I don't know, but this stopped them, just like it showed in the rubbings.
It's exactly like it showed in the rubbings.
What stopped them?
Is it all of them?
I don't know. I know that it worked here. What stopped them? The ritual. I don't think you should do it now, but if you take out your rubbings, you will see it.
And so I'll pull it out,
Oh,
and
it does
over
anyways.
over the light. Yeah, no, I'll pull it out over the light, and I'll say, wait, we need to understand. So, and I'll pull this out, and I'll say, what do you mean? I'll say, can you show me real quick?
He
Let's
looks at you
do
and says,
this
"Doctor, why don't we
outside
do
of the
this-"
tomb.
Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing. Why don't we do this outside? So the four of you, go ahead and give me rolls for lifting.
What, vitality?
Vitality.
Vitality.
In total, you guys will need a 75 total.
Alright, I'll use my last reroll.
I'll spend a chip if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pedro, can you move a chip? Thank you.
21
21.
21.
That
21 2.
I got
21 as well.
I got 19.
22, so 30.
19. So you guys will end up with Malcolm's help with a 77.
Woo!
Okay.
Allowing you to very slowly get it up. As you're moving now, as you're stepping on ghoul bodies, they're no longer holding together well. And if you step wrong, what you end up opening has even a stronger rotting smell. As you get it up the shaft, which is even more work, you're moving slower, and get it up to the top, even out here in the open, that smell is starting to become overpowering. It looks like the ghouls are decaying.
Is there any sense of a rattling inside of this as we carry it?
No, it feels to you guys as if it is completely solid.
We need to bring the camels over here and load it onto a camel.
I don't even know a camel can carry this.
All of you, go ahead and give me a vitality roll.
Even me? Or
No, all of the ones you carried.
Yeah, that's not good. That is 15.
19.
22.
Okay, so including Malcolm, everyone is okay. You're just kind of breathing heavy.
Oh yeah, so what's the state out here? So did the camels, did they go on?
There's nobody else here.
Yeah.
Everybody else is gone.
Well, I brought
You
it.
have to assume that they went back.
As I'm standing up there, I'm gonna say, oh, good, you got it out of the hole. Now what?
Did his dudes leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's gone.
I brought extra rope. I'm gonna start tying like a harness onto the dais.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hand some ropes out. And we're gonna pull it.
We're going to pull it through the sand.
That's going to dig into the sand, Frankie. It's going to be far more resistance. At best, we would need a sled.
I'll look around. Is there any scrap wood?
No.
Are there? All right, I'm gonna start looking for like relatively firm animates.
No.
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 I love it. So.
None of the horses or anything is
Everything is gone.
There's no other option. We have to carry it, and it will be easier.
Or
to
you
use.
could go back to camp, like you guys said, and get the camels.
We don't know where they went.
I'll say how.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
You may not know where they
I don't
went,
know
but
where they went.
somebody told them to go back to camp.
Yeah.
I should tie all these knots. For
I'll
nothing.
go back to camp and bring a camel back.
One camel won't do this.
Bring us and.
Bring some kind of sledding, make something like that. I could stay here with Malcolm if you all want to go and build that.
I should probably go anyway just to check on Aiden.
We could use the two, and this is Malcolm, we could use the ropes tied between two camels. It could be drugged that way.
Well-
It wouldn't be fast.
Why don't you and I go back? We'll bring 2 camels back and we'll do it that way.
Okay. So I'm going to slide us forward. Frankie, and Raya, as you guys are finishing this up, we are much later into the evening. For the last 2 nights, you guys have stood watch both nights, with the strain of everything's going on and carrying it out. I need both of you guys to make a vitality roll for me.
I actually stayed with Malcolm and Wright.
Very good.
So, but still.
Yep. Because everything's done. We're back at camp.
Okay,
the
that's how
dive's
far
back
forward
at
you
camp.
went. I see.
Because you guys would, the 2 of you would not quit unless you were dead. But now that you can quit, that's why we're checking.
17. You said vitality?
Vitality.
Yeah, 17.
We have 2 rerolls.
What do you mean?
No, you
Well,
have,
you
a
have like a
number-
certain amount based off.
You have
are
it
your
based on
numbers?
your highest
corruption.
corruption.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Okay?
So I'm going to use my second reroll. 17.
So both of you guys are exhausted, which does not mean you can't do anything. But until you sleep, you will be -2 on everything that you do.
Do I still take those with my thropiness?
In this case, yes.
Okay.
When we get back to
-2.
camp, I'm going to ask Cal and Marood if they will keep watch,
Of course, Miss Raya.
and I'm going to sleep near Cal and Marood,
Okay.
where they are.
Well, you're going to be in the tent.
Yeah,
Frankie?
but I'll ask them to keep watch.
Frankie just doesn't feel good about like resting with these dudes still in our camp.
Cal and
So,
Marood
Frankie,
will...
you should realize at this point now that they're going to be in your camp the
Oh, yeah.
entirety of the trip.
That's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm deciding what Frankie would do.
So I'm going to tell you, if you express this concern to me, I'm going to let you know what happened with Malcolm and the stone down in the temple.
Doesn't mean anything. Do you tell me about the mind whamming?
He-
Ooh.
He did try to invade my mind. I resisted him, but he promised when I gave him the stone, he swore on his honor as a gentleman and as a person of his faith to return it to me, and after we were done, he did.
Tomorrow I'll sleep. Tonight I won't.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll be rested and then I can.
And I have a question.
Yes, of course.
My question is, and I'd be paying attention to it specifically and trying to think about the past several nights, what's their, like, dinner eating pattern?
Interesting question.
Whose?
The Novus Day.
The Novus Day eats.
Eating and drinking.
Yes, Novus Day drink pretty regularly from water skin. Like the rest of you, nobody has gotten water in a while. They are in the same boat as you. They are drinking less. What they're eating appears to be similar to what you guys eat. It's different in color and it's different in shape. Theirs look like little road cakes, but it's basically something like your scotch.
Oh, it's French scop. It's crap.
We don't ever share meals, correct?
You have not. You have not offered, nor have you done it, so...
I am following up with both on Aiden and on Ray.
Okay.
Because I need to make sure, well, one, I need to make sure Ray is okay.
Ray
but
seems to be okay.
Yeah.
As you get to look at him, Ray is horribly sunburned. He is normally sunburned. That is the standard Ray.
Yeah.
But whatever happened to him or wherever he went, it does not look like he got out of the sun very often.
Oh, Ray, that's going to... Oh, I don't think I have enough to treat that. I'll do what I can, but that's... I think there's going to be some permanent damage to
You
your skin.
realize that he is going to be in pain. You're impressed that it hasn't affected him yet, but it may be the adrenaline that was pumped into his body by being ridden by Bonagal.
Right. No, it's like, I'll do what I can, but I think there's going to be some permanent damage.
Aiden appears no different.
Yeah, and he's like, pulse is at least steady.
He's very
breathing.
shallow, but steady.
And he's
Breathing
still
is
breathing.
also shallow.
I'll try to keep an eye on him as best I can. I mean, it might be a relatively... I'm going to snooze as best I can. If anyone who's keeping... Well, I don't know if no one's going to be in the tent, but I'm going to be not exactly keeping watch over him, but I'm there in case things go south.
Gotcha.
On Aiden.
Okay.
I will... If I don't notice it, I want to be watching them, and I want to see, are any of the Novus Day noticeably injured?
No. Not obvious.
Oh. as everybody's going to bed, I'll go up to Malcolm. Good evening, Malcolm. I wanted to check, now that everybody's winding down, just dawned on me, if any of you have been injured.
He says, well, over the time here, and of course, the fight the other day, I believe both of my men have some injuries.
Okay, and yourself?
I am fine.
Okay, would you care for me to look at your men?
He says something. You don't speak French, right?
No.
He says something in French, and both of them approach you, and then sit down.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I want to assess them. I want to see what kind of injuries they have. So.
Well, both of them, that's going to be pretty straightforward. Both of them have cuts from weapons. Pierre has effectively a flesh wound. The other one has a flesh wound and a serious wound.
Okay.
Both have serious wounds in the leg. The flesh wound is in the chest.
Excellent. I just want to make sure I'm reading my skill real quick. So here's my question. So I have euthanize. And what it does is anybody I work on, it does a roll, I can euthanize them. And I can make it look like, it's natural or something got out of hand. And the only people who can see it or figure it out are people, with forensic...
Yeah, some kind of forensics. I can figure that.
So, these are serious injuries that could easily have gotten infected and something could, they could go septic really quick if not treated quick enough.
Could, you're right.
Yeah, so...
But you'll notice that both of them appear to be in good enough shape. I mean, they've stood their ground and all of that.
So, then I guess that leaves it up to, let me see here.
This is why I don't let you do doctoring on me.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Kind of a bad guy thing to have. I guess we're all kind of bad guys, though, huh?
It's shades of gray.
Yeah, I was gonna say none of us have a real big moral high
the last
ground.
few months, I believe Dr. Wright's shades are getting very black.
Some are darker than others.
No, I think we've all just gone insane.
I think we're all kind of the bad guys.
Are we the baddies?
Do it!
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... So what I'm gonna do... My question to you is, by the rules, basically, I kill them. Now, it's not instant. It's basically, by morning, they're gonna have some kind of internal complication. Of which the only...
Is that a...
It's a stunt.
Stunt.
If you want to look at it, you can. It's straightforward.
I understand. So the question would be...
What I can
do you want to do this? So Malcolm has been working with you guys, and from your side of it, Malcolm has not turned against you. The two have not done anything once they were told not to.
Okay.
Do bears like to go poo-poo in the woods?
So then I'll look at them. I'll treat the wounds just normally.
Just treat the wounds. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Damn.
And by normally, I mean they will go septic very quick. I'm just kidding.
Aiden does not come into awareness by the next day. Last the group had talked, you guys were concerned about the Zeppelin getting back in time. Mm-hmm. Do any of you know of anything that you haven't done? That's question one.
We have both stones and we have the dais.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
So then the question becomes, because it would have to be you guys making the decision, are you guys intending to go back? Aiden had basically told you that in going back, you guys are going to have to move as quickly as possible. You are cutting it very short. In the process of going back, you'll ride all the way back with with Ra and Bess. Abrax and Zosser will peel off from you at some point.
Yes, we need to get going. We need to go back.
Yeah. If they ask me, I'm going to say yes. If they try to say anything other than we need to get back, I will protest. But
so Ray rides with you guys. Ray keeps Aiden on his horse with him, but he rides with you guys. You guys ride at speed without turning side, any side things. You do have to get water, and the scop that you guys carried should be good. I believe you guys will be running out as you come back in. When Zosser and Abrax are going to break off from you guys, are you doing anything? Is there anything that you guys want to do from them splitting off? Zosser is, because it's a few more days.
I'm just making sure as the days go by, I'm making sure,
He's doing better.
Good.
At this point, you believe he will make a full recovery as best you can from broken ribs, and he is mostly in control of himself at this point.
Gotcha.
They're from the same tribe.
They're
right?
from the same tribe.
Do we lose... I never
Bess and
remember-
Ra are still with you, and will be with you the whole way back.
Who was the ones from the... I can't remember which ones they...
Abrax and Zosser are the third Bedouin tribe that you went with. They were the ones that took you to Luxor, the Temple of Karnak, etc.
And the other two.
The other two are going with you guys.
And they were from the first group, right?
The first group.
Okay,
yes.
cool. We'll go. Then I'll let those guys go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only thing Wolf does is I'm going to give at least one of the last remaining Hyacinths I have from after all that, and I'm having at least Ray translate as best as possible because the other translator's out of commission right now.
Right.
Basically, for painkiller in case the pain gets too much, give him basically instructions only this much per thing.
Go ahead and mark that off.
Yeah, well,
Raya?
Through Ray, I want to tell them
Well, that is the last.
thank you so much. We would not have been able to make it as far as we did without your help.
And they both bow. They say goodbye to everybody. They say goodbye to Bess and Ra as well. Anything else you're doing with them?
In my own wonderful Egyptian, I will say, help, thank you.
And they'll both will smile and nod. And they will ride off. As you guys continue back, Bess and Ra did not speak English, so they will be speaking through Ray. They're going to tell you that we're getting closer. We should be back, and they'll tell you the number of days. I don't know that any of you guys kept, I know Aiden did, but I don't know if any of the rest of you kept any kind of a time.
I have time sense, so I
Do
think
you?
I could...
Go ahead and give me an intellect roll. Wits perception roll.
Perception, fine. Either way. That is 15.
So you feel like you might be as much as a day behind coming back.
Wow.
As you guys ride in and are able to see Cairo, there is smoke coming up from sections.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean little wispy bits. I mean there is a raging fire in a couple of places. Ray is going to say to the group, we need to get to the airfield as fast as possible. Ray points over and he says, that is the Caliph's palace.
Is that one of the things that's on fire?
That's one of the things that has smoke. You guys don't see flames, but the thickness of the black smoke, you are definitely assuming it. So as you're riding in, what are you guys doing with Bess and Ra? Presently, to give you an idea, Aiden and Ray are on one of the camels. Raya's on a camel. Billings is on a camel. Cal and Marud are each on a camel. The three of you, if I remember correctly, are all on camels. That's 8 camels.
Mm-hmm.
You had 13.
Did we rent those?
Yes, there are 3 of the Novus Dei with you. There are 5 horses.
We already fucked Aiden's credit score, so we should just give Bess and Ra a camel.
Honestly, I was thinking it's just you know what?
Let's
just give them the
him a camel,
camels.
Yeah.
So the remaining, I believe it's 5 camels.
All of it, yeah.
You're going to
Yes.
let them
Fuck
take
it,
them?
yeah.
Are we gonna
Yes.
take them home?
Yeah.
They absolutely thank you.
Imagine bringing them back to the zoo.
Yeah.
These are the healthiest camels you'll ever see.
And then, I'll ask Malcolm, are the horses gonna ride with us?
I don't think they need to. He looks over at Arthur as you guys are standing there and says, Arthur, are we going with you? Are we going to France? Are you bringing everyone?
Well, I asked because they could eat the horses. We could give them the horses also if you're done with them.
And let's see, Ray's going to say we should probably keep the animals so we can ride all the way to the airfield.
Yeah.
Assuming the Zeppelin's even there.
Ra and Bess can accompany us, and then they can take the animals.
And we're going to
on their
need at
way.
least 2 of those camels to help move the dais anyway. So.
Oh, that's right. The 2. So you have,
Gave them all and said, wait, actually, guys.
right, we're going to need those 2.
Once we get to the airship, they can take everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so they look at each other. Somebody give me a charm roll.
Not I.
You're basically trying to talk them to come into what they don't know in Cairo. They don't normally come into Cairo, and something's going on in Cairo.
So, which camels are the ones that have the... I think if we can give the logistics, I'm trying to think. We don't all have... Well, no, we have to ride in quick.
Barry, I got a 17.
You get to, like, a certain...
So you talk them into it. They will talk through Ray and tell you they're very nervous. The last time things were like this, there was a coup going on, and we didn't come back to Cairo for years.
Tell them if it becomes that dangerous, we won't ask them to proceed, just if it's possible.
Yeah, I'll tell him that.
So you guys ride back over the bridge. As you guys ride in through the gate, there is nobody at the gate. The gate is open.
That's good.
All right. As you ride past where the guy that you rented the camels from, there's nobody there. It doesn't look like there's been anyone here for a while. Everything is up. His signage is gone.
Are there any ghouls running around?
No.
I forgot about my homework.
I think a couple of you might have, but
Oh, I haven't forgotten about one of my homeworks. It's just unfortunately I haven't had time to really study it. So
someone whammied all my homework.
I think we checked off all the things I had.
You can bring a French school back
Well,
with
I'm
you.
fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I got a W on
I've got to brush up on my Russian. I got a code to crack, and luckily we have a detour to France.
Okay, go ahead.
So as you guys start riding towards the airfield, you can hear gunfire. It's sporadic, but when it goes, it's a volley of 10 to 30 shots.
Oh, dear.
Ignore that.
Can we see if the airship's still there?
As you start coming in, the airship is there.
Does anybody have anything at Aiden's home that is irreplaceable?
Everything is not at Aiden's home, but actually in Aiden's storage. You guys put it all there.
Which is at the airport?
Which is at the airfield.
Bitchin'.
So we should go there next.
Yeah, I think we're just heading straight there.
All right. So as you guys ride up there appears to be some kind of a running gunfight across a large portion of the airfield. You guys would have to cross that to get to the storage unit. You can also go directly towards the airship, where you will see a number of the crew with weapons firing what looks like maybe suppressing fire. One or two of them, even at this distance, you can see have been hit but are holding their position.
What are they shooting at?
Well,
Who's firing
Frankie,
at
did
them?
you have anything in there that you absolutely need?
No, I think we should just go. But I do want to do an aside. We should discuss what to do with Aiden. I mean, does he still want to come with us?
He's not been conscious for days.
His aunt is supposed to be going...
Yeah.
Yeah.
His aunt is supposed to be going with you.
Yep.
So are we ditching the aunt? I don't really care, but some of you will.
Perhaps if Ray were willing to stay here for a while, we can leave Ray and Aiden, and when we're done in France, come back for them.
Well, Matt, did
Ray
you...
says,
I'm going to roll probably some.
I think we should bring Aiden. I need to get back to London.
What about the aunt? Fucker?
And I'll look
saying
over
it.
to the town and say...
I hope that he says I hope that she's already here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Aiden's aunt?
let's take Aiden and Ray with us.
So at this point, Besserar will through Ray tell you guys they don't want to approach the airfield.
We can pull the dice from here.
Okay. So dismount, collect the belongings that you have here. Everyone's going to need to make sure you mark off the things that you had in there. Don't need to do
I
it
don't
now.
think I had anything important.
Yep.
I had my elephant gun.
Yep.
What?
There are definitely things there. I don't think you guys are going to get away unscathed leaving it. But what I do need to have from you is who is lifting the Diaz and running towards the Zeppelin.
Me, Marood, Dr. Wolf, and I guess probably Malcolm.
You still want Malcolm? All right.
I mean, he's here.
Yep. Go ahead and make your roll.
Nice.
Ooh, very
he
nice.
Actually did better.
19.
I got a
Oh
20.
shit.
Malcolm, you weakest link. No, I'm just kidding.
No. He and Maru did very well.
Oh,
I got
good.
a 20.
So 79.
Cool.
You guys are actually able to manhandle that thing up and onto the Zeppelin. As you approach, the captain,
Billings first.
the captain is hollering, as you well know in Prussian, up, and as you guys are going in, who did he talk to?
He talked to me because I speak German.
That's it. So he'll
I
say...
speak German.
You do too?
I have 3.
So he's going to holler it at whoever is coming up, because he knows he spoke to somebody. He said, we've been waiting here for 3 days. Where have you been? And then he realizes what he's saying. He says, it doesn't matter now. Get on this ship. We're not picking anything else up. I'm going to bring my men in.
We need to leave now.
There is a woman on here, said that she is connected to somebody who's leaving. I didn't want to leave her out to the mercy of these.
Yeah.
Should
Yes.
we kick her out?
No,
No.
she's one of us.
Okay.
Do you
So
speak German too?
No.
Oh.
you guys go.
9.
The crew starts going
9.
up, and at this point there is a loud range of fire. Like it sounds like maybe they just emptied their weapons. They climb in, and the Zeppelin is starting to move across the interior system that you guys have dealt with before. The captain says, everybody buckle in. I'm going to push as hard as I can. And then he hollers, and again, it's in German, so those who don't speak it are going to get told. He yells something, and you're not going to hear it because he's yelling within the cabin, but he comes on over the speaker.
Did any of you guys tell me that Aiden's maybe possessed by Monagal now?
No one told you that.
Nobody knows that
I've
except
been-
for Wolf. but-
Wolf is keeping an eye on him. He has
So
been
no.
unconscious for the last...
Cool, that's gonna be fun.
And Ryan's leaving it up to you.
Yeah. No, there's a reason why I've been keeping an eye on him for this whole time, aside from the fact that he's been in a coma. So,
Got that syringe pointed right at his dome.
Okay,
You know, so then you hit him with a syringe, and then you take the plunger and go.
so he comes back out of the cabin, comes down the short stairs, and runs back through the cabin where all of you guys are. He runs back to that room that remains locked at all times. He hammers on that door, just boom, 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 boom. No response. You can feel that the Zeppelin's moving up. He turns, he yells at one of his crew members and says, where are the extractors? And the other one said, I'm sorry, sir, I thought they were already in there. He runs back and he hammers again on the door. He screams at that one, get something to open this door. So more is happening as this crewman then disappears up one of the channels, comes back with a crowbar. The two of them start pushing on the door. The door pops open, and for anyone that can see where you're sitting, the exterior door to come in here is open. So he runs in. You can hear him yell some swear word in German.
Scheiße.
Something good, something spicy, and you can hear. And for those of you who you can see him as he pulls the door shut, locks him in place, leaves the door here open, and runs back into the cabin. You guys can feel ting, 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 as you're getting hit, and then all of you will hear a loud double explosion of boom.
Uh-oh.
The cabin that you're in rocks, and you are flying away.
Okay.
You're out for maybe 20 minutes, and the captain finally comes down. You can feel as he comes out of the cabin, a bit of a calm kind of settle over the remaining crew members. He comes down, he says, actually, that's right, he would speak to Billings. You guys hear, for the German speakers, he says, Mr. Billings, where are we going now? We don't have the extractors. We can't take much of a side trip as you were hoping. We can't make it to China without them. How are we going back? And Billings turns to Raya and says, Miss Raya?
We're going to France.
He says,
I look to Malcolm and I say, what port did you want to land in?
Billings says, by Jove, I think we're going to France. Malcolm, he says, where are we pulling in? Malcolm says, Marseille. And we'll end the season there.
All right.
Oh.
That's next.
End of season.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-Sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.